Hi everyone, today we will be showing you how to descale your De'Longhi Dinamica. And you know it's time to descale your product when you see this red light flashing. Before we start, I just want to say we've owned this Dinamica for about a year now. We love the coffee, the taste of the coffee that it makes, and it's very, very smooth. And we will strongly recommend it to family and friends. All right, let's get started. What you're gonna need is at least 100 milliliters of a descaler, either the De'Longhi one or an alternative. We chose to use alternative because they're less expensive, and I'll put links on the description below if you're interested for everything we're using. So you're gonna need 100 milliliters of this descaler. You're gonna need to remove the water tank filter, and you're also gonna need to one of these containers to catch the water as you're cleaning your product. And we also like to replace the filter every time we descale, so we get a new filter. Again, this is an alternative, not the De'Longhi one. All right, so now we're gonna have to turn this machine on standby. So you're gonna click this power button on top, so it goes on standby. And then you also need to make sure that your water catch tray and the grind tray is clean, which ours is. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna press this button and you're gonna hold it until some lights turn on. Okay, so I'm gonna do that now. You can see these 3 lights turn on. And the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna remove the water, but dump the water that's in the tank. So I'm gonna do that right now. We're gonna be adding the descaler to this point A over here. Now we have the descaler up to point A, it's about 100 milliliters. We're gonna add water, about 1000 milliliters, up to point B, right here. That should be the right dilution of descaler. So we can start the process. Now we're gonna add the water tank back in. The next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna click this OK button. And what's gonna happen is the process is gonna start to clean the machine. All right, so let's do that. So now it's circulating the cleaning solution through the machine, and it should start coming out in a little bit. There we go. So now the cleaning solution is circulating to this part of the machine, and then we're gonna keep doing this until this light turns on. Alright, so now that we finished cleaning this part of the machine, once it's done, this light will start flashing. And what that means is we have to transfer the container to this area, as the water is going to start coming out of here when we open this valve. So that tells us, this flashing tells us we need to open this valve. So let's do that. You can see the water now starts to circulate here, and it's going to circulate it's going to be on and off for about 35 minutes. In about 35 minutes for this to finish. Alright, so we'll let that finish and then we'll continue. So it's finished as indicated by this flashing water symbol. And one thing, just a little tip, it does squirt a lot of water into the bucket, which causes it to come out and into the surrounding area. So what really helps is just having a little towel to put on top to prevent that from happening. Alright, so now that this is finished, what we're gonna have to do is remove the water tank, and I'm gonna remove the water and add fresh water. So the water tank's empty, we're gonna fill it up to the max line. Go. Then we're going to put it back on. You're gonna see when I put it in, this light's gonna go away. And at this point, this light turns on, the OK light. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take our empty container and we're gonna orient it so that it can drip in both locations. And then we're gonna click the OK button. So now, since this is flashing, this is telling us that we need to turn this knob, which is what I'm gonna do right now. Now it's flushing the system over here with clean water. This should take a few minutes. So now this light started flashing again, so that means that we need to again turn this valve. So anytime you see this flashing, this valve needs to be turned. So I'm gonna do that, and the water's probably gonna start coming from here. There we go. Okay, you can always put this towel here to prevent the splashing, so your countertop doesn't get dirty. The water level is almost at the bottom at this point. Water tank light is flashing, that means we need to add more water. So we'll do that. So I'm gonna add some, dump this water, add fresh water, and also I'm gonna dump this water as well. So now we're gonna add water to the water tank up to the max line again. There we go. Water up to max. Now we're gonna insert it back. And this light turns on again, which is the same thing. We'll put the bucket underneath and click OK. We're ready. I'm going to continue to clean this part. So the second wash is complete, as indicated by the flashing water jug symbol. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to dump this, and also I will add fresh water, fill it up to the max. So we've emptied both containers. We're gonna fill the water tank with water. Put it in. And now I'm putting it in, this water jug symbol should go away. Get the steam, so we're gonna return it back to normal. So that means turn this valve again. So I'm gonna turn it, and that should finish the process. The machine is clean. Now that we have the system clean, we're going to be installing the water filter. So let's take it out of the spout. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to set the month of expiration. It should be 2 months from today. Go. And now we're going to activate the water filter. To activate the filter, you only need to run water like this for about a minute. So now we're going to be submerging the filter in the water tank such that the air escapes from the top, like this. So keep doing that until all the air is gone. Looks like we're pretty much there. Okay, so once the air is gone, now we can install it by pressing it down in this area here until it doesn't go down anymore. There we go. There's the cover. Put it back on. And your system is clean and your filter replaced. Enjoy the coffee.